We had this conversation on the last one. We talked about African American men. We just talked about men in general, how they have to be the providers and that's all they're known for. And for us as women, it's having another identity aside of the ones that people usually try to give us or we just give ourselves. Like me, it's just work. And life should be outside of that.
Yes. I think Black men are really struggling spiritually and emotionally as well. And they're not excluded from the postpartum depression conversation either.
I wouldn't think so at all. But a lot of the time, because I'm big on grace, a lot of the time, though, they don't even realize that they're lacking spiritually and emotionally. Because at times, if I see it, and with certain men that I am friends with, you know, I may say something like, hey, do you need to talk? Or do you need to XYZ? They go cold. They go quiet, mute. I guess that's how they deal with certain things. And to try to understand their quote unquote love language, I allow them to be. I still try to be in their corner, you know, supportive. May it be just rubbing up the back or just checking in or just sitting there and just being present. But I really do see that. I'm like, damn, then I'm taking on how they're feeling. And then I get into this habit of how can I fix it?
Yes.
And that's a lot where I feel like in our community, especially as women, it turns into how can I fix things?
Yes.
And that's the biggest problem.
So like in this episode, I think it's been so eye-opening because what you did teach me was how to not just categorize everything under depression and how to like really start to really truly tap into myself and into like my true feelings, into like I need to start checking on me more.
And giving people an opportunity around you to support you.
Yeah.
Because I misdo it all.
Yes. And that's very much our Virgo nature.
And clarity around how I label my feelings versus describing exactly what I'm feeling in real time.
Yes, because the description part takes not only accountability, but it takes self-reflection. And that can be very hard to do.
So you've honestly become our resident spiritual clairvoyant.
Thank you.
This is your chair now. We got to get you your own
I love that.
bedazzled microphone besides the guest.
And May is mental month.
It is Mental Health Month. Now, again, I don't want to discourage people from seeking therapeutic outlets or discourage people if they feel like they need medication. But I want to encourage people to explore spiritually themselves before running to these outlets.
Okay. One question I have for you is, for a person who may not know how to, quote unquote, sit still or do the spiritual work, as far as like, how can you describe that or give them a sense of understanding of sitting with yourself, like to meditate, to whatever it is? I know we spoke about asking the questions.
You don't have to sit still.
See, that's what a lot of people think. I think you would have to sit still.
No, it's wherever your mind goes when your heart wanders.
Okay.
So meditation for me sometimes is a stroll down rodeo.
Me too.
Meditation about to be getting some French fries after this for me.
That might be your meditation. Sitting alone and having a great meal, or watching a great television show, or sitting in the bathtub, or making yourself a meal. Or meditation to me is whatever you can do to give yourself a mental rest.
That's how I feel about TV. Like watching TV to me is like a treat.
Check out. Yeah.
It's like I put my phones on the floor. I like get cozy in my bed, and it'd be like it's showtime, Raymond.
Oh yeah, that blacklist.
I love it.
But thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
And thank you for clarifying the postpartum depression.
I hope we don't still have a bone to pick.
No. You cleared the air. I completely understand now.
It was light, hopefully.
I hope so. It was my statement really was not to discourage women, especially Black women, but to encourage and empower them, and also to alert people around them to check in.
That's the most important part, like checking in on your strong friends.
Yeah.
Checking in on your friend, your family, the Black woman in your life. Just, I want to take out the word strong, like at this point.
We don't have to be strong all the time.
Yeah, just check in on that person who usually checks in on you, who's usually to themselves, or, you feel like at times got it all together. Because when it's time to give them those flowers or whatnot, we're like, oh, I would have never known. This is our time to know. Yeah.
Yes.
Until next time.
Yeah, send us out with one of your favorite quotes.
As long as you have breath, you have options.